Yes, Sri Krishna. In this session, we start our study of chapter 5 of the Bhagavad Gita by reciting verses 1 to 10. Chapter 4 concluded with Lord Krishna emphasizing that the best form of yoga is acquisition of knowledge, contemplation, and self reflection. This chapter starts with question from Arjun expressing his doubt whether Gyan Yoga is better than Karm Yoga. Gyan Yoga is also called Sannyas Yoga or Sankhya Yoga, wherein the practitioner, as it is perceived, renounces the worldly activities and engages in contemplation, self-reflection, meditation, acquisition of knowledge. Whereas in Karma Yoga, the practitioner engages in worldly activities but without expectation of outcome of the action or duty being performed in the spirit of devotion. Lord Krishna very clearly establishes that Karma Yoga is better than Jnana Yoga. In fact, he clarifies to Arjun that these are complementary to each other. These are complementary to each other. So let's look into his teaching. First, we will recite the verses, then we will look into the meaning and significance of these. Arjun Uvach Sannyasam Karmanam Krishna Punarayugam cha shansasi Yachreya eti yurekam Tanme bruhi sunishchitam. Shri Bhagwan Vach Sannyasah karma yogascha निःश्रेयस्करावुभौ तयोस्तु कर्म संन्यासात् कर्मयोगो विशिष्यते कर्मयोगो विशिष्यते कर्म योग इज सुपीरियर ज्ञेयः स नित्य सन्न्यासी यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते सांख्ययोगौ पृथग् बालाः प्रवदन्ति न पण्डिताः एकमप्यास्थितः संयुग उभयोर्विन्दते फलम् यत् सांख्ये प्राप्यते स्थानं तद् योगैरपि गम्यते एकं सांख्यं च योगं च यः पश्यति स पश्यति संन्यासस्तु महाबाहो दुःखम् आप्तुम् अयोगतः योगयुक्तो मुनिर्ब्रह्मा न चिरेणाधिगच्छति योगयुक्तो विशुद्धात्मा विजितात्मा जितेन्द्रियः सर्वभूतात्मभूतात्मा कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति युक्तो मन्येत तत्त्ववित् पश्यन् शृण्वन् अस्पृशन् जिघ्नन् अश्नन् गच्छन् स्वप्न स्वसन् प्रलपन् विसृजन् गृह्णन् उन्मिषन् निमिषन्निति इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्ते इति धारयन् ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा. Lord Krishna in first verse itself in his response tells that Karma Yoga is superior. Then he clarifies who is the real renunciate, sannyasi. who are perceived to renounce their duties and engage in contemplation, meditation, and acquisition of knowledge. He clarifies that sannyasi or sannyas, it's a mindset. It's a mindset. So a sannyasi doesn't envy anyone, doesn't envy anything, doesn't hate anything. He doesn't desire for anything, in terms of outcome of the actions being performed. He is free from dualities, that is, opposing things like pain and pleasure doesn't affect him much. He is indifferent to these dualities, pain, pleasure. It's okay. This is life. It is part of the game of life, game, for this material body. And thus, with this mindset, a sannyasi, a real renunciate, is free from the bondages of the action. So, to be a perfect Karma Yogi, one has to be sannyasi, one has to be renunciate, but not renouncing his duties, not evading his duties, rather creating the proper mindset, focusing on duty, not focusing on the specific outcome of the duty being performed. So that's the sannyasi. So a karma yogi, a perfect karma yogi is a perfect sannyasi. So sannyasi is not the one who has renounced the worldly activities and engaged himself in meditation, contemplation, thinking, acquiring knowledge. He is sannyasi, but a karma yogi is also a sannyasi. So sannyas is a mindset. So thereby, Gyan Yoga and Karma Yoga complement each other. Lord Krishna says, those who think that these two are desperate paths are of lower intelligence, lower wisdom. Bala. Bala means kid in Sanskrit. But Pandits, those who understand things, those who know things, they don't consider these paths as two separate paths. Following either path, you attain the spiritual goal, a spiritual excellence. And a pure and a renunciate, who has given up worldly activities or has renounced actions and duties, will suffer from misery. Sanyasastu mahabaho dukham aptum ayogata. If you are not into karma yoga, then you will suffer from misery. That's why karma yoga is better than jnana yoga. Just to take care of your body, you have to do something. You cannot completely renounce the actions. And this body will be comfortable only if you do some action. So sanyasastu mahabaho dukham aptum ayogata. One who is not engaging, who is not practicing karma yoga, will suffer from misery, will suffer from pain. But a jnana yogi, when practices karma yoga, he attains his goal, goal, a spiritual goal, quickly, soon. Then Lord Krishna says, and Lord Krishna gives so much importance to karma yoga that wherever you see yoga in Bhagavad Gita, you consider it Karma Yoga. Yoga means Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga is so much superior to other yogas in the view of Lord Krishna. So a person who is practicing Karma Yoga and has purified his mind, has control over his senses, and engages himself in the welfare of all living beings, everyone around him, is not bound by the karmas, that is, the actions that he performs. Means he is free from the reactions of the actions that he performs. Reactions may be tension, stress, depression, or any other misery for that matter. And such person establishes himself in consciousness. So he identifies himself with consciousness and looks at body and the actions being performed by the body as a witness. And he very well understands that worldly activities are performed by this body because of the senses engaging in sense objects. When sense engages in sense objects, there is reaction, there is hormonal secretion, chemical changes in body, which is responsible for various actions that body does: walking, evacuation, breathing, listening. It's all engagement of senses in sense organs. Sorry, sense objects. So, a real Karma Yogi is a real renunciate by not focusing on the outcome of the action that he is performing. A real Karma Yogi is pure in his mind. A real Karma Yogi has control over the senses, and a real Karma Yogi establishes himself in consciousness, and he is witness, simply watching by detaching himself with this physical body, and sees the actions being performed by this physical body as something happening due to senses involvement in sense objects. So he doesn't consider himself as doer of the actions or duties being performed by him, and thus he is free from the bondages of karma. He is free from the reactions of the action that he is performing. Just like lotus leaf, which is untouched by water, even while resting in water. So this is the wisdom and clarity that Lord Krishna provided in these 9 verses. He further lets us know, teaches us about the wisdom which can help us further purify our mind and thoughts and free us from the miseries which are in this world, which are due to the worldly activities that we perform. So keep watching. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.